Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to attempt to film a monthly setup ring plan with me within my pocket rings. This is my Gillio Pocket XL in the color Rust, and I've had this one for a few months now and I absolutely love this cover. It has 20mm gold cross rings, and I've been in pocket rings in proper pocket size for about 2 months now, but I've been pocket rings since June, and I thought I would just kind of take you along the process of how I get ready for a new month. So the first thing I'm going to do is in my reference section, I have typed up on Canva the items that I need to plan on a monthly basis, and I'm just going to pull this out so we can reference it. I can leave this listed down below. These items are very specific to the pages I have within my planner, but if you're looking for some ideas on how to sort of organize things on a monthly basis, this is what I am currently doing. All right, so this is my pages that I will need to add in for the month of November. I'll go through where all of these inserts are from, and I will leave links to my paper that I print on along with the paper trimmer that I use in the description box for you if you are curious. But I do print on Hammermill 4-color paper in the 28 pounds to save myself some ring space. So we'll go ahead and get started. So I have these in the order of which they will get added to my planner. So the first thing I always add is just some fresh notes pages for my inbox. This is a grid insert that I made myself, but I do know that Peanuts Planner Co, or PPC for short, has a freebie grid insert on her Facebook group. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that in the front here. Okay, so the next insert I have in here is what I'm going to be using for my monthly setup. So the insert I am using is from Simple Trendy Co. This is a month on one page in pocket size on the Monday start. And I like having the horizontal view because you have a little bit more room to write in my appointments and tasks. And then for my monthly inbox, I'm using this insert from Peanuts Planner Co. I will leave the numbers to all the inserts down below, but this is her 4 vertical list insert. Okay, so according to my checklist, the first thing I need to do is check my future log, and I do have a future log within my planner. So I'm just gonna pull this out here. This is number 104 from Peanuts Planner Co. It's from her undated yearly bundle, and I've just written in the calendars myself, and I use this as my future log. So I'm gonna reference the month of November. I'm gonna go ahead and number the month and then start transferring in some of these appointments. Okay, so I am going to use some of these Randy Dot Plans transparent stickers that I get from my Patreon subscription from her. I believe she does sell a lot of these individually on Etsy as well, so I will leave a link to her store below, but I'm going to layer these along with some icons from Caffeine and Paper Co. to put in the monthly events. Okay, so now that is high-level events and appointments put in for my future log. So the rest of these will move on to the other sheet of paper. So the only other thing I need to check is my Perpetual calendar for birthdays. So I have a Perpetual calendar insert. This is also from the 104 undated yearly bundle from PPC that I have. So we've got 1, 2, 3 anniversaries that I'll need to remember, but none that we would be purchasing gifts for. So I'm not going to mark that in on my monthly. And then we have a birthday on the 22nd. So I think I'll just put those directly on my weekly this time versus on the monthly schedule. And then the last thing I need to put in here is my paydays. We love a good Friday the 13th. Okay, so now I just need to write in November somehow. And sometimes I can hand letter pretty well, and sometimes I hand letter terribly. So let's just see what we get, I guess. I've done worse. I'm gonna pull in, well, the leaves are like kind of seasonal. I'm trying to like, let's do this little fox. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So this is more or less the monthly portion filled in. So now we're going to move on to this page here. So I'm going to label my 4 sections, and I'm going to do a goals, personal, home, and then essentially like a catch-all for anything else. Okay. So for my goals, what I do is I have a timeline in my planner that tells me for my 2 main goals, anything that I would need to accomplish for the month of November. So I just like to put those deadlines in and what they are so I can check them off. And I've got a couple mind maps on my goals. I follow the Passion Planner roadmap method when it comes to like scheduling out my goals and things like that. If you guys are curious, I will leave a link to the video where Passion Planner walks through that process. But if you want to hear more, let me know and maybe I can do a video on that. But one of the main goals that I'm working on is kind of becoming a more consistent runner. And for the month of November, I actually have 2 deadlines that I would need to meet. So I need to write those in. So there is that. And then the other one, I don't have any deadlines in November for my other goal. So I'm just going to add one more thing on here that I'm really pushing myself to do a no or low buy planner spend. So I'm just going to write low planner spend. And then I'm going to pull out my Tombow dual brush pen just to do a little swatch. So I have something fun to check off. Looking at my checklist, we have done the future log, the goals timeline. My monthly focus is kind of very similar to the goals. So now I need to check adulting and cleaning checklist. And then I do have some future log tasks written down as well. So I'm going to go ahead and write those first, and then I will grab my adulting and cleaning checklist. So on my future log, I put a date by appointments, but if there's just a dot, that's something that I need to kind of like put down as a task. Okay, so this insert is number 116 from Peanuts Planner Co., I believe, and I use this one as my adulting checklist, so I can see right now that I have 1 task for November, and that's an oil change, and I've already got that written down, so this one is good to go. And then now I'm just going to take a quick look through like the things that I'm kind of getting behind on cleaning wise on my monthly cleaning checklist, and then I will add a few tasks based off of that. Okay, so I already marked my paydays, adulting, cleaning, so now it's just migrated tasks. So I'm going to flip to my current month in my planner and look at my open to-do list, and if there's anything that's not going to get done, I'm just going to go ahead and move that. Okay, so that is November done on the monthly, so I'm going to go ahead and pop those in my planner. Okay, so the next section I have is my weeklies, and the weeklies that I use, I have made myself. I will list one that is extremely similar down below. Peanuts Planner Co. number 081 is what these inserts are based off of. I just made them myself because I needed to make some edits. I prefer having sectioned to-do lists, and I needed a wider time range within this, but otherwise this is an identical insert to Peanuts Planner Co. So this one is just for me for personal use. I just made my own version, so it would be a little bit more tailored to my needs. So when it comes to my weeklies, I will pre-date my weeklies. I will put in concrete events for my monthly, things I know that probably won't get rescheduled. If I have any weekly goal deadlines, I will put those in. And then if I have any like weekly focus or goals for a specific week that I know in advance, I might go ahead and write those in if I know them. So I'm going to go ahead and start pre-dating these, and I'll be right back. So then based off my monthly for this week, I need to remember that mom and dad move, and this is election day. And then at that point, I have nothing else scheduled at this point. And then I will start pre-filling these in, but I kind of just want to get these dated and then events. And if I remember something, I'll kind of fill it in. I don't really have like a rhyme or reason as to like when I start putting these tasks in, but I will reference my monthly to-do list and kind of break it down. And if some of these are going to take multiple subtasks to accomplish that, then I will kind of break them down across the weeks. But looking at this, I think the first thing I'm going to do is actually reach out to my financial advisor. So over here, I've broken this into 4 different sections. I do goal related tasks, personal, home, and then errands or contacts. So I'm going to just say reach out to HKS. And this is the day I am scheduled to finish my Couch to 5K app, but I have a feeling I'm going to be a week behind. So I'm actually going to schedule that deadline for the next week. So now I'll just keep going. Friday the 13th, ooh, spooky. Do a little coffin from Caffeine and Paper Co. Okay, I'm gonna grab just some of these to like deco one more time. I really want to save the leaves, I don't know why. Maybe we'll get a pumpkin spice latte in. That's cute. Okay. And then behind that, I have my daily. I didn't do the 30th of November, but that will end up on the next full week when I set up December. So that worked out quite well, actually. So this is just a quick look at what my weeklies look like. I've kind of started to put in some of my tasks that are specific. I think the only other thing I'll need to do in here is I'm gonna have to balance our finances. So just go ahead and mark that so I know it's done. And the only other thing I want to note is that I am on vacation all week. So I'll just do that up here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out my previous weeks in here. This is my current one, so I'll leave that. And then I have next week. And then we move into the next month. So I'll go ahead and pop that in. Okay, so I popped in my monthly, my next few weeklies that I just set up. I won't move my dailies out until the first of the month. But the last thing on my checklist is just a couple trackers and then making sure my lists and work section are updated. So within my trackers, it is relatively simple. Basically, I've created this habit tracker insert. Again, I will list a very similar one from Peanuts Planner Co. I just prefer having mine typed out because they are consistent from month to month, and I prefer looking at my habits at 1 week at a time. So 2 of these inserts gives me 1 habit tracker per week, and then I will pop in a new check register so that I can kind of keep track of any sort of financial transactions that are out of whack that I need to do some quick notes on. So these will be ready for November. So I'm just going to pop these in the back of my section so that I have them when I'm ready to go. And then flipping to my work section, the last thing I will do at the end of the month is I will look at all my open lists and I will kind of consolidate them onto a fresh tracker for work to-dos that are ongoing, along with code tests that I need to do, and then I will fill that on the back as well. So I just have this ready to go, but I won't do that until the end of the month so I don't get confused, because I still have things that could be accomplished before the month was over. So hopefully that helped you guys kind of see what I end up doing on a monthly basis. This whole process while filming the video obviously will be shorter. It took me about 35 minutes of just footage, but that's with me stopping to kind of explain it to you guys. But if you guys have any questions about how I plan on a monthly basis, leave me a comment down below. Again, I will link as many of the things or very similar things if I have made it myself down below for you guys. If you've made it this long, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.